So let's return, as promised, to our main story. Donald Trump's decision to scrap the long-standing amnesty for young immigrants. The so-called Dreamers program was brought in by Barack Obama and covers hundreds of thousands of people who came to the US as children. Let's speak to Trump supporter Mica Mosbacher now. She's in our studios in Washington. Welcome once again to our program. Mica, right move or wrong?
Right move. There's a new sheriff in town named Attorney General Jeff Sessions. It was smart politics because President Trump is not only keeping his campaign promises, but he's trying to restore faith in the Department of Justice, an institution that's been shaken to its roots by the Hillary Clinton investigation into a personal server and the fact that it looks like by Comey there was a foregone conclusion that she was not guilty. Let's look at the origin and catalyst behind this DACA decision today. Attorney General from Texas, my hometown, filed a lawsuit along with 9 other attorney generals in 9 states. Calling for an end to the DACA program. It's significant because in Texas alone there are 100,000 DACA workers with the main Mexican border as their country of origin. So they're coming in through Mexico. There's 100,000 in California. And while they do contribute significantly to the economy, they are in fact in this country under an illegal program that President Obama admitted would be temporary. And look back at Congress and the Gang of 8. The Gang of 8 was unable to pass, with 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans, unable to pass a bill that was a missed opportunity for Obama.
You described it, Mica, as smart politics, but are you really suggesting people who've been in the United States since they were 3, 4, 5, 6 should be turfed out? Is that what you're really suggesting?
No, we're not looking for a mass exodus in this country of legal documented workers. And remember that those whose permits have already been approved for the next 2 years will not be deported. He's going after illegals. What he's doing, and what I mean by smart politics, is he's putting the responsibility firmly back on our do-nothing Congress in the United States. They failed to pass health care. Immigration reform has not been passed since Ronald Reagan in 1986. It's continued to fail. So this is a tremendous opportunity. And I want to talk about
And this is a priority, is it? 800,000 people who have been integrated into U.S. society, many of whom are paying taxes. You think that's the best thing that Congress should be looking at now, do you?
I think that immigration reform is an important priority, in addition to obviously raising the debt ceiling in the United States and hurricane relief in Texas. And I just came back from Texas over the weekend. I was at the George R. Brown Convention Center where we had over 10,000 evacuees. And if I may indulge you for 1 minute, I want to say something that I witnessed. I saw neighbor helping neighbor, strangers knocking on the doors of homes where they were affected by the hurricane in neighborhoods and offering to help. They didn't ask them what political party they belonged to. And I think that this could be a great example for Congress to come together and finally work in a bipartisan fashion.
Well, we'll see if that happens or doesn't happen. Just in terms of the basics, what's being suggested and announced when you have Apple saying it's a bad idea, when you have Microsoft saying it's a bad idea, when you have a slew of politicians, including John McCain, saying this is simply the wrong approach. None of that bothers you? It's all water off a duck's back?
No, of course I have compassion, as does the Republican Party, for undocumented or DACA workers in the so-called Dreamers program. But what is important is the fact that this program is unconstitutional, and we need to uphold the laws of the land. I think that there is a way back for citizenship for these individuals, these innocent children who are now adults, many of them are in this country. I think that that is what Congress can address, and I think it can be addressed by a simple resolution. And remember, they could also extend the deadline past 6 months to address this problem. But what Trump has done is he's said, look, we need a solution. We need immigration reform in this country, and this is the first step toward that process.
Okay. Mica Mosbacher, thank you very much for joining us here on the program.